Hey everybody, it's Alicia from Graceful Plants, and I am paranoid. So if you've ever had to deal with a house plant pest issue in your house, after the first time you become a little bit more wary of markings and anything weird going on with your plants. And I just wanted to show you one thing that can be mistaken as a pest issue when is really not. So this issue is something that you're going to see more often on succulents or succulent type plants such as like Sansevieria, and all they are little brown bumps. And for the longest time I was paranoid that it was actually scale, but after much research and lots of picking, it's not scale. All it is it's called edema, and I'll flip the camera around here and I will show you what I'm talking about here. So I've had this on in quite a few plants that I've gotten in the past, but I just thought I would mention it in a video because, like I said, for the longest time it always worried me. But if you ever bring home a houseplant and you see these little, brown scabs, your first inclination might be to panic and start worrying about scale, when in reality all this is it's called edema. It just means that the plant was overwatered at some point and it soaked up more water than it could utilize, and it wasn't enough to make it rot, but it was definitely too much. So that water doesn't have anywhere to go, and you get these little bumps on your leaves that are basically just kind of like water pimples, I guess you could say. So if you went through and you scratched off that brown scab, all you would see is a little watery bump. So another way to tell that it is edema versus scale is if you look around these brown scabbed up areas, you'll see all these darker green bumps. And I know you can't feel this, but they are bumpy. And like I said, all it is just excess water. And it can also happen on succulents too. I went through and tried to find some succulents that I have that had edema issues when I got them, and this was about as good as I could find. And it's a little hard to see, but there is these little round bumps there. You can see right at the tip of my fingernail there. So as I'm sitting here editing this video, I realized that I completely forgot to mention the differences between actual edema and scale and how to tell the difference. So for scale insects, if you take a cotton swab dipped in alcohol and rub over the affected area, they should be removed relatively easy. And it's kind of like what you would do with mealybugs. They should come off fairly easily. And with edema, if you rub that cotton swab over the area, it should not come off easily. And if you do scratch off the brown area, underneath of it, you'll just find like a watery bump, and the actual brown part that you removed will be kind of like a papery scab. So that's kind of another big difference between actual edema and scale. But yeah, just a quick video for you so that if you ever do bring home a plant that has these kind of signs or markings on them, that you don't immediately have to go into panic mode over scale, that there is another possible common cause for those. And that's not to say that you shouldn't look over your plant just to make sure that there isn't any pest issues going on there. This is just after you've looked over your plant and you can't find any other noticeable issues going on, that it very well could just be edema and scar tissue. So have you guys ever brought home a plant where you panicked and thought you had scale and it just turned out to be scar tissue? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, you guys are awesome. And please make sure to like, comment, and share this video with any of your plant-loving friends. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.